Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning. This is Billy, just giving you a bit of a progress update on what we've been working on since the start of the year, or pretty much since Christmas. Now you see we've got our BODA Swap UI here. Now the first thing a lot of people will notice is obviously we're still working on fixing the UI and the front end stuff, which will be done, and that'll be the last thing that we change. So what we're working on right now, the most important things are the back end processes and all the API hooks and the connections that we have to do to the Pancakeswap router. Because we are building our own custom swaps. So we're not just cloning Pancakeswap and just making an identical mirrored copy. We're actually customizing this. Now, the benefits of that is, as I've spoken about in our Discord last week, or sorry, earlier this week, is that we've managed to bypass the slippage, which is a really, really cool feature. And I'll just show you a demonstration here. So I've got this here. I'm going to do a test buy of 0.01 BNB. All right, so I've already got my wallet connected, the test wallet I'm using. This is on the mainnet though, by the way, but anyway, so I'll just go confirm here and we wait for the transaction. The transaction goes through pretty quickly, and we are still, again, with the front end UI stuff, we're doing that last, but there should be a confirmation window that will pop up. But for now, we can just watch it in MetaMask, so we're just waiting for the transaction. So there it is, going straight through. Then we just have a quick look on the block explorer, and obviously we've got to wait for this to populate. There we go, it's populated. So we've just put a transaction through for 0.01 BNB, but as you can see, we've had no slippage errors. So the current default slippage tolerant is actually on 0.01. That will be subject to change though, because again, we've got to add our own little liquidity provider fees, because we are going to start taking just a tiny fee from our swaps. But what this means is we can actually start to add other custom tokens, right? So not just BNB and BODA, but we could add other things like Cake and USTD, Doge, like all these other tokens that are on the BEP20 chain. And when I mentioned Doge, sorry, it's a wrapped version of Doge, but sort of same thing. We can invite other tokens to come join us, right? So we can do that. So because we're customizing all the API backend hooks, when we can invite other tokens to come in to basically list in our swap, we can get them on. And then we should be able to bypass this slippage problem as well with the other tokens. Now, another thing with that progress update is that we've got our fiat plugin. So it is working at the moment, but we're still going to do some more rigorous testing. Obviously, this is quite an important thing to test as well, because it's dealing with your real money, it's dealing with your credit cards. But this is just basically the plugin that we've got here. Now, it goes through the currencies and the countries that are available. So there's a whole lot of countries. Some of the countries will only allow euros, but everything else will allow US dollars. So as you can see, a huge list of countries here. So all these countries here that are approved by our fiat provider here, and then unfortunately there's a couple of countries that aren't supported. Now, the other benefit though is that you can buy not just BNB on Smart Chain, but you can buy other crypto. So you can buy Ether, you can buy AR, AVAX, you can buy Bitcoin Cash if you want, you can buy actual Bitcoin. You can buy a bunch of these tokens. Some of these are on different networks as well though, so you're going to be very careful, like Kins on Solana as well, they're different networks. But when you go through, right, and here's a demonstration if you want to buy BNB. So let's say I want to buy $100 of BNB. Okay, and then the details of fees here. Now, all these fees actually go to the fiat provider. We don't get any of that. And that's just a bit of a trade-off, because they will handle all the KYC and all the anti-money laundering compliances. So we don't have to worry about that. And then all you do is put in your email, you tick, yes, I accept all the terms and conditions. And then when you do that, you'll actually get emailed a PIN code, and then you put the PIN code in, and then it takes you to the next step where, you put in your wallet address. So if it's BNB Smart Chain, then you put in your Smart Chain address, and then you hit the next button, and then that's when it asks you your credit card details and charges that. Just wanted to give you that update on our swap. And again, we've got a lot of things to still fix up in the back end, and then our front end UI will be the last thing that we work on, because it's a lot simpler to do once we've got the back ends. But anyway, I hope you all had a good Christmas, had a good New Year, and just want to give you this update. And yeah, looking forward to the rest of 2020 and moving on and getting more of our utilities out there. All right, thanks for listening. Cheers.